Hello to everyone. I will discuss about the history of architecture too. First is Roman architecture is an architectural style of the medieval Europe characterized by the semicircular archiette. This is the building of Romanesque architecture. The Worm Cathedral is located in the highest point of the inner city of the Worms, and it's the most important of the building of the Romanesque style. Is closely associated with the Bishop Burchard and the high points of Worm history in 12th and 13th century. It was the seat of the Catholic Prince Bishopric of Worms until the extinction in 1802 during the German Mediatization. Next is Gothic architecture. The Gothic architecture is the pan-European style that lasted between the mid-12th century and the 16th century. This is the building of Gothic architecture. Notre Dame Cathedral. The cathedral was consecrated to the Virgin Mary, considered to be one of the finest examples of the French Gothic architecture. Its pioneer used the ribbed vault and the flying buttress, its numerous and the colorful rose windows, as well as the naturalism and the abundance of its sculpture decoration set it apart from the earlier Romanesque style. Next naman is Renaissance. Ang Renaissance from the French word which means rebirth or revival na tinatawag. Ang Renaissance ay nag-start siya sa Italy and nag-spread siya all over the Europe. This is the building of Renaissance architecture. Florence Cathedral. It was begun in 1296 in the Gothic style to a design of Arnolfo di Cambio. Was the structure completed by 1436 with a dome engineered by Filippo Brunelleschi. The exterior of the basilica is faced with the Figueroa marble panels in the various shades of the green and pink, bordered by white, and has elaborated 19th century Gothic revival facade by Emilio de Babris. Next naman is Baroque architecture. Baroque architecture is a style and emerged in Italy in late 16th century. This is the building of Baroque architecture. Santi Luca e Martina. Santa Luca e Martina is the church was initially dedicated to the Saint Martina, martyred in 228 AD during the reign of Emperor Alexander Severus. Restored first in 1256 during the reign of Pope Alexander IV, it was the simple rectangular structure surrounded on the three sides by another structure until it was rebuilt by the painter and architect Pietro da Corona in the 7th century. Next is Rococo architecture. Rococo, also known as the late Baroque, was extremely decorative development of the Baroque architecture that emerged in 18th century was the reaction against the grandeur and symmetry. This is the building of Rococo architecture. Hotel de Soubise. The Hotel de Soubise was built for the Prince and Princess de Soubise on the site on the semi-fortified miner's house, named in the Grand Tier built in 1375 and connectable Oliver de Clisson, that had formerly been property of the Templars. Next is the American architecture. The American architecture used by the first settler in North America is traditionally known as colonial architecture. This is the building of American architecture. Marble Hill. Marble Hill is the northernmost neighborhood in the New York City borough of Manhattan. Marble Hill was occupied as a Dutch colonial settled in 1646 and gained its current name in 1891 because of marble deposit underneath the neighborhood. The next is Neoclassical architecture. Neoclassical architecture revival of classical architecture during the 18th and 19th centuries. This is the building of neoclassical architecture. United States Capitol. United States Capitol was completed in 18,000. It was partly destroyed in 1814, burning of Washington, then was fully restored within the 5 years. Thank you for watching.